This video is going to cover the buttons in AutoUi for GameMaker. If you don't know what this is, it's a GameMaker package that allows you to easily add customizable buttons, labels, images, and more with built-in auto alignment, mouse functionality, and a bunch of other useful features. You can check the link in the description for more details of all the included elements. So we're going to create a button here. And there are two types of buttons. There is a checkable button that can stay clicked and checked, and just a normal, hover and click button. So let's start with the hover and click button. We're going to do center, which you do have to set a width and height for this button. So let's just do something like 200 and maybe like 40. We're going to say click me. And then choose your font and then choose your sprite. And so for this, I'm going to choose this checkbox. Now this checkbox is actually a 9 slice as well. And any sprite you put in here should be a 9 slice because obviously you're stretching this. So let's add this to our container. Okay, and there it is. Now this sprite, and I'll show you this sprite, takes 6 different frames. And it's documented in the scripts, but it'll be the checked frame, the unchecked frame, the checked hovering frame, the unchecked hovering frame, and then a click frame that when it's checked and a click frame when it's not checked. As long as it's in this lineup, the hover and click function will work. So if I hover it, it has the hover animation. If I click it, it'll play a very short frame of the click frame. So the other thing we can do is do a checkable center. So now when I click this, it stays checked. Now what's really useful is if you want to make it what's called a radio group, auto radio group. This takes no parameters. This just is a group. So you can go button 1. Let's create like 4 buttons, right? And then what I'm going to do is add button 1, button 2. Okay. So now all of these buttons are going to be there, right? Now that's cool because you can click each individual one. But if you set all of these to, actually this should be radio group. It shouldn't be that. It should be false. Now, if you set it to this radio group, it will basically only check one and uncheck all of the others automatically. It's really useful for things like tabs and stuff. And you can also do things like set checked, true. And there's a second parameter that will uncheck all of these. So if you're calling set checked in a function, you can choose whether or not you want to uncheck things. And now on top of this, you can also change some of the text values. So if you want the text alpha to be 0.5 for button 1, you can change that. You can change the text color. You can change the font of all of them, obviously, outside of here. So another thing we can do, if we kind of go back to our basic, let's get rid of the radio group and all that stuff. We can create, for instance, like a button sprite. Now what this will do is it doesn't allow you to put a width and a height. It does allow you to have text if you want, and it'll just use the sprite's dimensions for the button size. So that is basically the sprite. And obviously this is uncheckable. So if you want to make it checkable, you can set checkable. And then it becomes checkable. And you can also do things like, set radio group, if there was a radio group. And that's pretty much it for buttons. Thanks so much for watching.